Are we saying then the statute has no teeth at all?
Former Clark County Councilman John Miller's lawyer says Jamie Knoll got the profits from the contract John Miller voted on, not Miller himself.
And this is the second time Miller has asked Special Judge Larry Medlock to dismiss the criminal case against him. And he tried last fall, but the judge rejected his argument.
Miller's lawyer says Medlock made a mistake, that he relied on an outdated piece of Indiana law. Wave News troubleshooter Mark Stevens says they're focusing on just one word.
And Judge Larry Medlock said a jury could decide Miller indirectly benefited from Jamie Knoll's contracts by accepting gifts from Knoll, who was funding his lifestyle with the contracts Miller voted on. Miller's lawyer says that's wrong because the legislature got rid of indirect benefits years ago and asked again for this case to be dismissed.
I perceived myself as being the appointed conscience of the community.
Special Judge Larry Medlock declined to remove himself from former Clark County Councilman John Miller's case after denying Miller's request to go to President Donald Trump's inauguration last month. And he waded right into the next legal fight, a second attempt by Miller's attorney to get the case dismissed.
I'm angered by the actions of Jamie Knoll. They were horrible, they were awful. There's no question about that. But that's not Mr. Miller.
Bart Bateau argues Judge Medlock made a mistake last fall when he allowed the case to move forward, relying on an old version of the conflict of interest law Miller's accused of breaking.
Their facts don't fit the problem. It's a colloquial understanding. Accepting money from Knoll, who was interested in the contract.
He argues the updated version of the law requires Miller to have gotten money from the contract he voted on. But Special Prosecutor Rick Hurdle said that's nonsense. Miller benefited from the contract because no one knew he was getting these gifts. Putting in the contract lifts that veil of secrecy.
In the contract, it needs to say John Miller is getting X, Y, and Z if he votes a certain way. Why have a disclosure at all then at that point in time?
Medlock did not issue a ruling Monday, and he did not give away what he's thinking, only offering one insight into his mindset.
You know, most of these cases remind me of the old legal adage, it seems too good to be true, it usually is.
The last time Medlock took up this issue, it took him about 2 weeks to come back with a ruling. We may know whether John Miller will face a trial shortly after Valentine's. Mark Stevens, Wave News.